Thanks to our digital team, we received the Canon Rebel DSLR camera. Not only is this camera fantastic for taking still shots, but as soon as we got it out of the box here, we instantly wanted to shoot video with it. And you can. This tutorial will show you exactly how to shoot video with the Canon Rebel DSLR camera. A couple of quick things. If you haven't seen it before, it looks like this. The lens clicks on, no problem, and of course you put the battery in. Make sure the battery is fully charged before you keep going with this. The next thing is the memory card. Make sure you insert the memory card before you turn the camera on. That really helps speed things up. We used a 128 gig PNY video storage card. You can put that in on the bottom right hand side. The little door pulls back to the rear and then opens up. Once you put the memory card in, make sure you push it flush in until it clicks and then close the door. Up on the top right hand side, it's got the normal scrub wheel like normal DSLRs have, but it also has a switch to the right. It's currently in the off position in the photo. What you're going to want to do to shoot video is to go past on to the video camera setting. The on switch position only refers to what happens on the switch dialer. So all those different settings really only apply to taking still photos. When you start to take video, you're going to switch it all the way up to the top position. Also, one thing to note is normal DSLR function has that trigger on the front right-hand side of the camera. We use a different button to record video on this particular camera. Switch it to the up position in the camera setting, the video camera setting, and to start recording your video, you're going to open up the viewfinder, take the lens cover off, and then hit this button to start recording. Once you've finished recording, hit the button again to stop recording. After you get done recording your video, you're going to want to hit play and review your video. When you do that, you can hit play there, but keep in mind too, you're going to have to hit set to actually play the video. If you want to scroll back and forth between the still photos you've taken or the videos, use the button to the left and right of set to scroll back and forth through. Also, if you're going to add audio in from a different microphone from the Canon Rebel DSLR, which is actually on top of the flash, so those little bitty holes, pinholes on the top right-hand side, and then you actually see the microphone there to the right on the camera as well. The camera has on the right-hand side a small port that you pull the little plastic, the little rubbery grommet thing off, and you can plug your microphone in. It's a 1/8" jack, and we found that if you're using a converter to go from XLR microphone to the 1/8" jack, you really need to use a stereo one, not a mono one. After you've gotten your video all set up, it's time to take the memory card out. One last thing I always forget to do is put the lens cover back on. So in this video, I wanted to include that for you. It's a forgetful thing for me, and you need to protect the lens, so don't forget to put the lens cover back on when you get done. When you go to take the memory card out, pull the door to the rear and open up the door, then push the card in and pull it out. When you have the memory card out, you can actually leave the memory card in and plug the camera directly in using the cable provided to a computer, but we chose to use a memory card reader. And the reason being is because if one station's working on the video, that ties the camera up if you plug it directly in. Meanwhile, if you just take the card out, you can take the card out to any workstation and work on those videos while someone else is shooting video. In a cluster with 6 stations here, we prefer to use the card reader. So you plug the card reader into your machine. When you do so, you're going to want to launch Windows Live Movie Maker. When you launch Windows Live Movie Maker, reminder, it's in the programs list in Windows 7, but it's not in a folder. It's just loose in there. So you'll have to look for it. It's Windows Live Movie Maker. You can't miss it. So when you click the link, it'll open up. Then you're going to add your video. You add your video underneath the Annotations tab, Add Videos and Photos. When you click that, browse to your video. It's going to take a second because the Canon Rebel DSLR shoots in a .mov. So it takes a second for it to process that for you to be able to edit it in Windows Live Movie Maker. You can also do the same thing in iMovie. Once you finish doing your edits and putting your credits on there, perhaps your opening, now it's time to save. When you've done that, if it's something that you're going to be doing over and over again, perhaps a series, you may want to save the project, but for us, we normally just save the movie. When you click Save Movie, we select for computer because that's the best settings with the highest resolution in video and the highest audio quality for playback later. You're probably going to be sending this to YouTube anyway. Once you've done all that, it's time to upload either to YouTube or your favorite streaming service or perhaps post on your website. I know that the lighting rig came with the camera set as well, along with the YouTube settings and stuff that we have for our different channels. I'm going to do 2 more videos, one on the lighting capabilities of the lighting rig that you've got and some lighting tips, also one on YouTube settings once you get the video up to YouTube, like for instance annotations and how to use them to benefit your site, so you can get some third-party links in there to go back to your website instead of one of your own YouTube videos. Those videos are coming later on. Thanks a bunch for watching. I appreciate it.